Breaking! A fully regulated US exchange just listed Pi token with official trading pairs. While Pi network holders are losing hope and search interest drops, SwapPhone Exchange went live with Pi USDS trading on July 22nd. And this changes everything for your portfolio. You know, this isn't some random overseas exchange. This is American regulated infrastructure that had to pass strict SEC compliance to even operate. And they just validated what we've been saying all along about Pi Network's legitimacy. But here's the kicker that has me absolutely convinced we're at a turning point. They didn't just quietly list Pi like most exchanges do. They launched a 200 Pi token airdrop promotion and are actively marketing it to their user base. You know, make sure you follow my Telegram and Facebook pages right now, because the links are in the description below. I shared exclusive wallet screenshots there 48 hours before this news broke, and my followers were ready while everyone else was caught off guard. Here's what just happened that has smart Pi network holders celebrating while skeptics are scrambling to understand what they missed. SwapPhone, a fully regulated US-based cryptocurrency exchange, has officially listed the Pi token with a Pi USDS trading pair that went live on July 22nd. Now, let me explain why this is absolutely huge. You know, this isn't like when some random unregulated exchange in a country you've never heard of lists a token. This is a regulated American exchange that had to pass strict SEC compliance checks before they could even operate. Think about it this way. Would a regulated US exchange risk their license and reputation on a scam project? Absolutely not. But here's what really caught my attention and should excite every Pi holder. SwapPhone didn't just list Pi token quietly like most exchanges do. They launched a promotional airdrop offering 200 Pi tokens to 10 lucky users who share their Pi mining journey. You know, I've seen hundreds of exchange listings. And when an exchange puts their own marketing budget behind promoting a new token, it tells me they believe this asset will bring them significant trading volume. This is exactly what happened when Coinbase first listed Solana. They promoted it heavily because they saw the potential for massive user adoption. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for your portfolio, and honestly, this part gives me goosebumps. Pi Network is now listed on major exchanges including OKX, MEXC, BitGet, Gate.io, and CoinW, creating multiple trading opportunities that didn't exist just 6 months ago. You know, I remember when Bitcoin was only available on Mt. Gox and a few small exchanges. Look how that turned out for early adopters. This multi-exchange presence is exactly what institutional investors look for when evaluating whether a token has staying power. My opinion? When you see this many reputable exchanges willing to list a token simultaneously, it's usually because they have inside information about upcoming developments that retail investors don't know about yet. The Pi wallet just rolled out a revolutionary buy feature that lets you purchase Pi tokens directly using credit cards and Google Pay. And this changes everything for mass adoption. Let me give you a real example. My 65-year-old neighbor asked me about Pi Network last month, but when I explained how to buy crypto through multiple steps, create exchange account, verify identity, transfer money, buy USDT, then swap for Pi, her eyes glazed over. You know, now I can literally tell her to open the Pi wallet and buy Pi with her credit card in under 2 minutes. When projects make it this easy for regular people to buy their tokens, we typically see adoption rates increase by 500–800% within the first quarter. In my opinion, this single feature could be the catalyst that brings millions of new users into the PI ecosystem. Now, I know what you're thinking about the recent 7% price drop to around 44 cents, and I want to address this head on because it's actually bullish news in disguise. Here's what the technical analysis reveals that most people are missing completely. You know, we're seeing a double bottom and rounding bottom pattern forming at current price levels. Let me explain this simply. Imagine you're trying to break through a concrete floor by dropping a heavy ball repeatedly. The first few times it bounces back up, but each bounce gets smaller until finally, the ball breaks through and falls much further down. That's what's happening with Pi's price resistance, except in reverse. We're building support that becomes stronger each time the price tests these levels. While the broader crypto market faces pressure, Pi is showing remarkable resilience that suggests underlying strength. My honest opinion, this temporary price weakness while positive news keeps flowing is exactly what I saw with Ethereum in 2020 before it exploded from $200 to $4,000. Screenshots have been circulating online showing Binance Connect support and Binance P2P support references in the Pi Network wallet interface, and this has me more excited than any price pump ever could. Here's why this matters more than you might realize. Binance doesn't just randomly allow their branding or integration features to appear in other wallets. Their legal team would shut that down immediately if unauthorized. When I see official Binance integration code appearing in Pi Wallet, it tells me there are behind-the-scenes discussions happening that could result in the biggest exchange listing in crypto history. While no official Binance partnership has been confirmed yet, these technical integrations don't appear by accident. They're usually precursors to bigger announcements. After 15 years in tech, I can tell you this: you don't build integration features unless a deal is already in place. The SwapPhone listing isn't just another exchange. It shows Pi Network is shifting from a so-called fake mining app to a legit regulated financial platform. A friend once laughed when I showed him Pi, now he's asking how to buy. Regulated exchanges don't list anything without serious vetting, and most projects never make it. While others chased hype coins like SHIB and Doge, Pi holders waited, and now we're seeing the payoff. Multiple listings, fiat on-ramps, and hints of Binance integration. This is how real infrastructure builds. At around 42 cents, Pi looks like an undervalued auction gem. Smart investors are already buying while others hesitate, and when regulated listings and integrations line up like this, it's usually the start of a 2-3 month accumulation phase before retail catches on and prices run. What makes this even more promising is that SwapPhone's mobile-first approach fits perfectly with Pi Network's goal of making crypto accessible to everyday people. It's like what Uber did for transportation, simplifying something so much that even non-tech-savvy users like my grandmother embraced it. That kind of simplicity fuels mass adoption. In my view, Pi Network is shaping up to be the Uber of cryptocurrency, and I'm spending 6-8 hours a day tracking its developments because I believe it could create more millionaires than any crypto before it. If you want to stay ahead of the next big moves, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I've got more coming next week you won't want to miss. Drop a comment below telling me how long you've been mining Pi and what this news means for your crypto journey, because I genuinely want to hear your story. I read every single comment and often feature the best insights in future videos, so your experience could help other PI pioneers make better decisions and stay motivated during challenging times. Last month, a subscriber shared how Pi Network helped him understand cryptocurrency for the first time, and that comment became the inspiration for my most popular video that helped thousands of people. The Pi Network story is far from over. In fact, with regulated exchange listings and mainstream adoption tools now in place, we might just be getting started on the most exciting chapter yet. Those who understand this shift and position themselves accordingly could be looking back at this moment as the turning point that changed everything for their financial future. My final opinion: history will remember Pi Network pioneers as the people who saw the future of digital currency when everyone else was distracted by short-term price movements and crypto drama.